All right, welcome back to the Run.down post-game show here on the Strickland YouTube channel, Strickland Twitter, and if you're listening to this the day after, Strickland Podcast Network. I am Sam. I am joined by Tyrese. As the Knicks win their fourth straight game and their sixth straight game at home, beating the Brooklyn Nets 134-98. This was one of those good old-fashioned games for, of course, for the Knicks to get their chemistry up, get that net rating up, just continue to establish their dominance against the NBA as Tyrese brings out the belt. The Nets have been getting a lot of this lately as they've sunk to 1-9 on the season, and it looks like they will not be getting very much wins this year. Just looking at the product that they put on the court compared to what the Knicks put out. The Knicks, they were able to put up a dominant showing, opening up the game with a 40-point first quarter and a 77-point first half overall. The game was pretty much over by the first couple minutes of the third quarter as the Knicks established dominance right out the gate, allowing for 5 points within the first 6 minutes of the half. And then from there, it was basically over. Tyrese, your thoughts on this game?
It was a straight belt to ass. It was pretty much over after the first quarter. 40-point first quarter, they just kind of took their time with it. Mitchell Robinson just kind of got in there and imposed his will on the team, and they really didn't have an answer for Mitchell Robinson. You look at Mitchell Robinson's plus minus, and it's plus 40. Plus 40 in 16 minutes.
That's actually remarkable.
like plus 40 itself is impressive. The fact that he got plus 40 in 16 minutes, this basically means that every time he was on the court, it was just it was men against boys. They had no answers for him. They could not stop him defensively. They couldn't fuck with him offensively. With the rebounding, he only had 3 offensive rebounds, but the opportunities he was just able to create on the offensive glass for second chance points possessions, incredibly impactful. Just an incredible performance by him, and I think that's where it starts for this team. And then after that, it was just pretty even basketball all around. Everybody else was in double digits otherwise. Cat had 28 and 12. A lot of that kind of came in the fourth quarter after the game was over, but we're not going to discriminate. Brunson was solid as usual, 19 points and 14 shots, 7 assists as well to chip in. Bridges had 16 and 5. I think Bridges has really been settling into his role as a secondary creator, really been able to getting guys involved, really been able to find open men, especially off of that wheel route that I think the Knicks have been running a ton of. And OG just kind of bullied them as well, just 19 points on 11 shots, 4 threes again.
Continue to let it fly.
Yeah, he just incredibly efficient basketball from the team. Incredibly effective, incredibly efficient. There was just so much good to take out of this game just because guys were just making the extra pass, getting after it in terms of defensively creating opportunities in the lane, and everybody kind of just touched the ball and made things happen. I don't think anybody really had a bad game aside from Deuce, who just couldn't hit any shots, but he was still able to give you stuff defensively. But it was just a completely even game back to front. And the fact that nobody even played 29 minutes is huge. We finally got the starters out of the game early in the fourth quarter. Have not seen that in my life. Yeah, man, just what a game. Just what a game in terms of net rating. Knicks are probably going to be the number 1 offense after tonight. The defense is probably going to be around top 10 as well. I think the Knicks are really starting to approach that kind of upper echelon in terms of advanced analytics for this team. They're hitting all the right notes. They're making all the right moves that they need to, and it's good to see how they've been able to play thus far.
Yeah, no, I mean this was an all around dominant win, and like you said, it was key getting these guys out of the game early. I think last year, not only were the starters kept in during a lot of blowouts, but this team also played a lot of close games that probably shouldn't have been. I feel like this game would have probably been one of those games like maybe last year we would have been like a dogfight. I mean, when you look at last year's game against the Nets earlier on this time this season, it came down to Jalen Brunson having to hit basically a buzzer beater, and Mikal Bridges having to get a defensive stop on the other end. So, like, when you look at and of course, there's obviously some differences between last year's Nets team and this year's Nets team, but even then, it's still a conversation of that game last year shouldn't have been as close as it was, and thankfully, this year's Knicks team was able to come into the gate and quickly stomp out any, Michael Porter Jr. did his thing in the second quarter where he had a bunch of threes, and that kind of gave him the unnecessary confidence to keep jacking those shots, especially in the third quarter when he was heavily contested. But yeah, as long as the Knicks can continue to take care of these teams like this and get as much rest as possible for the starters, they should be looking fresh towards springtime. And as we come up, the Knicks have a back-to-back coming up on Tuesday against the Memphis Grizzlies, who are struggling, and that game could be a game where the Knicks really, put an end to maybe the Ja era completely in Memphis, because who knows what happens if the Knicks completely beat the shit out of Memphis in that game. And then we do have on Wednesday the Orlando Magic, who are also struggling as well and just lost because Jordan Walsh hit a dagger three on them. So
Jordan Walsh of all people, dog.
Yeah. So that tells you the state of the teams that the Knicks are playing coming up. The Knicks should be able to handle business as they have been on this homestand. It's been great. Like we all expected the Knicks to be able to sort of build this momentum during this homestand, because you're able to stack these wins in front of the home crowd. Guys are getting more comfortable. We'll talk about Josh Hart and Jordan Clarkson. Two players who have been starting to look comfortable during this win streak. But yeah, no, you're definitely seeing this Knicks team start to come together. And when you think about it, there's still a ways to go for this Knicks team to continue to get better as well. There's ways that guys can get even better shots for each other. There's ways that guys can like clean up some things on both ends of the court. So there is still a ways to go for this team to still reach an even higher potential than what we've seen so far. And yeah, I'm just excited to see how this team faces off against, some actual good basketball teams, because we haven't been playing a lot of those lately. But yeah.
I mean, we're not going to play a good basketball team for a bit. Like,
yeah.
This schedule is type soft, which is good. Like, get fat, stack up those wins, really try to make a dent in this East. I think with that win, they're third in the conference now. So this is the time, to stack those wins up, try to position yourself for seeding, try to get the basics down and fundamentals down. So when that schedule gets a little bit harder, you're prepared and you're ready.
Yeah, and I mean, this year in the NBA altogether, there are not a lot of teams that are really like screaming like strong teams. I mean, OKC of course is doing their thing at 10-1 over there.
The Nuggets.
And the Nuggets of course look good. But there's no team that's like really like, other than those two, there's no other team in either conference that's really screaming out to me like they are going to give the Knicks like a hard time in any game this year. So far, I know it's early in the year and teams are still sort of adjusting to the new status quo that is their team. So we'll see how things flesh out throughout the rest of the season. But so far, I mean, the Knicks are looking at like one of the top teams. They stumbled early on the road trip a little bit, but good to be back at home and can, like you said, continue to stack up these wins.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, let's talk about these other wins that happened this week. So we beat the Nets, of course, on Wednesday. That was
3 days
ago. The Knicks had a 3-day break. They beat the shit out of the Timberwolves in another blowout win.
Yeah. Let me talk about shit real quick with this one. I'm tired of y'all putting Anthony Edwards in the conversations he don't need to be in right now, okay? All right, Julius Randle, I don't care how many points he puts up. I don't care how many shots he makes. That nigga is not going to put a hand up when it comes to defense, and we took advantage of that all night long. Listen, man, like the Timberwolves are gonna do whatever they need to do. I still don't believe in them as a team. I know they made the Western Conference Finals. I still don't care. That team to me just kind of feels very one-dimensional. I know Julius Randle had like the series of his life against like the Lakers and to a lesser extent the Golden State Warriors after Steph got hurt, but I'm just kind of like I kind of want to see a little bit more. I kind of want to see more proof of concept with him. But I just don't really rate the Timberwolves. I feel like there's a lot of issues with that team to fix. I don't like their depth. I don't like their big rotation. I am still trying to figure out what the hell they're trying to do with Dante DiVincenzo as a starting point guard, and I don't understand why they're doing it. But I mean, they don't really have a choice. I thought the Rob Dillingham pick was stupid. Stupid then, stupid now. I think that team is incredibly ant reliant to a degree that they should not be, given the fact that they do have some like significant role players. But for me, I just that game, it kind of felt like the Knicks were just waiting to pull away. First half, they built up a little bit of the lead. Timberwolves came back. Third quarter, they built up a little bit of the lead. Timberwolves came back to the lead for a little bit, and then like they locked in for like 5 minutes, shut them down offensively. Really were able to just take it to them defensively, and then the game got blown out. And I mean, I think that's just the potential that this Knicks team has. They just have these abilities to have these 40-point quarters, and I think they've already had 6, and they were close to having 7. Like this ability for the team to just turn it on and just get these high quality shots, like you saw it in that game too. It was just guys were just able to hit so many good looks and have so much freedom to operate in. So I think that just speaks to the potential of the offense, and I think it speaks to how in flow and in sync they look already. And I don't think anybody expected them to look that in flow and in sync to start the season, but against the rules, they really were just able to kind of generate those good quality looks.
Yeah, no, I mean, in that Timberwolves game, what really stuck out to me was OG Anunoby, of course.
Yep.
I saw a post the other day talking about Aaron Gordon's skill development over the years and how much more of a better offensive player he's become over the years, and you see that same kind of development path with OG Anunoby to a certain degree as well. You're seeing a lot of these like third option kind of power forward 4 types. Like Aaron Gordon and OG Anunoby, the steps that they've taken to become better like tertiary options, and that's helped their teams become, these constant contending teams in their respective conferences. And OG Anunoby in that game was great. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, a block. He was everywhere, and he put his stamp on that game, especially when the Knicks were really like opening things up in that second half. So yeah. And another thing that sticks out for me in that game is Josh Hart, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 threes. And he also hit a bunch of threes in the game before that. In the Washington game, I believe it was, he hit 2 threes as well. So you're starting to see Josh Hart, although he was dealing with some nerve issues in his hand, it seems like it did not really affect his shooting all that much. Hopefully he can continue to display this confidence, because when he is not, he doesn't have to always be hitting the shots, but when he is willing to take them, it opens up a whole nother dynamic for this team. The one constant criticism that Josh has gotten is not only because he like misses shots, it's also because like he wouldn't take shots too.
Yep.
And it's like, if you're not going to take shots, you're basically a worse version of whatever Draymond Green was those years that he wasn't taking shots. I mean, Draymond's taking shots now again, but like those couple of years where Draymond wasn't taking shots for the Warriors offense, it looked very, very bad. And he was a liability on that side of the ball. No matter what else he was doing, that was really good. And we know Josh can pass the ball. He gets his assists, he gets the rebounds and all that. But if he is not going to at least be a threat to take shots, it changes the dynamic of things. And last thing I'll say before I turn it over to you again is the Knicks starting lineup from last year has been a positive this year, which looks even more of an indictment on Thibs and what he was able to do with this unit. I mean, if you're not able to capitalize on the offensive talent that this team has, especially in that lineup, and you're seeing what Mike Brown has been able to do in it, I mean, I don't know what else people really want to even look at in that whole dichotomy of that situation right there.
I don't know what else people need to see with regards to Tibbs. Like, it's already been, 9 games? Look at this offense, bro. Look at this offense. And, like, you could tell me, oh, well, Tibbs had a really good offense to start the season last year. Perfectly fine. Look at this offense compared to last year's offense, and please tell me, like, it looks remotely similar. It does
Night
not.
and day.
Like, the movement, the use of McHale, the use of OG, like, these guys are taking shots that they normally did not take last year. These guys are making reads that they did not make last year. You're seeing Brunson operate in a role where he's only taken 14 shots, and half of them are threes. Like, to play that kind of role where essentially he's getting a lot more catch-and-shoot opportunities, he's flashing to the corner off of screens and relocating for threes and being able to generate all these, be the beneficiary of all these good looks. I cannot overstate how much this offense changes the calculus for this team. I can't overstate how much adding variance to this team makes them more dynamic. Sometimes you'll have a game like the Miami game where they just can't hit anything, but other nights it's just like the game's over after the third quarter. And the last 3 games have basically been over after the third quarter.
And that's what contending teams are supposed to do. I mean, when you look at other contending teams and, like, especially championship level teams over the past couple of years, like the really dominant ones, like when we look at the Boston Celtics, Oklahoma City Thunder, the Warriors teams that they had that won the championships, like those teams, they used to blow teams out and their starters would be chilling during the fourth quarter. So, like, that's the sign of a really good team, and hopefully the Knicks continue to do that.
Yeah. I think we just have more of the signs of this team being a good team. We did not have that last year, and they were not as potent as they are now. Like, the Knicks have already topped 130. How many times have they topped 130? Yeah, it's got to be. I know they've done it at least the last 2 games, but, like, did they do it a third time, or am I just blanking out?
I'm looking right now just to see.
Oh, they got close. They got close with the Bulls. It was 128. But yeah, the fact that, like, this team is, like, routinely being able to hit, like, 125 plus is a really good sign, and they've done it 3 of the last 4 games. They're starting to hit that kind of crescendo where it's the shots are going in and this offense looks hard to stop, and they're just being able to generate all these good looks because they have all these shooters who could just come in, and it's just like a wave where it's like Jordan Clarkson, Andrew Shamet, Yusuf Brady didn't hit shots today, but just having all these guys who could, like, come in, hit a couple threes, Christian Yabusele, whenever he wants to get skinny again, stuff like that. Like, this team is just operating at a different level compared to last year, and I think you're gonna see it in the net rating really soon. I wouldn't be surprised that after the end of this homestand, they're at, like, around a +9, +10 net rating, because, like, the potential's there. I think the potential is really much there, and I think some guys are starting to get comfortable. This offense is starting to, like, really start to settle in for these guys, and once that shot goes in, then I think the sky's the limit for this team.
Yeah, no, honestly. The other game this week, or last week, I should say,
Wizards game
was the Wizards game on Monday, where the Knicks beat the Wizards 119-102. That is the game where Cat really had his way with Alex Sarr, dunked on him twice, hit that 4-point play at the buzzer at halftime. Like, it was just a Cat game all around. That game, we also saw Shamet start as Mitchell Robinson was not playing. Perfect game to rest Mitchell Robinson against, the lowly Wizards. We had another great Jordan Clarkson game off the bench with 15 points in 21 minutes. Just, again, he is another person that has started to really get comfortable within this team. I mean, the first couple games, it was kind of rough. Even preseason was really rough watching him, and we were like, man, did we get our expectations too high for Jordan Clarkson? But no, he's come in and he's been able to score the ball pretty well. He's been able to find guys. He had a really great dish to, I believe, Cat today, off a drive in the second quarter when he had most of his points. So that combination of like scoring and getting guys involved that we're seeing from Jordan Clarkson has been really encouraging to see, and I think that's exactly what we all expected of him when we originally saw the signing.
Yeah, I think he's really starting to find his flow in the offense. I mean, the three balls kind of hit and miss, but like his efficiency inside the arc was really good. I mean, even today you saw like a couple hook shots go in, a couple of shots at the rim, high effective, high efficiency shots, being able to take advantage of the spacing. He ain't passing that rock. He is not swinging that rock whatsoever. But if that shot goes in, I'm not going to complain. He is. I think he's playing really good basketball for this team right now. I think a lot of people expected him to be kind of a sixth man, and
he's more of like the seventh or eighth man.
Yeah,
and it's still fine.
Yeah, like you just needed to chip in like 8 to 10 points a night, be effective with your touches,
And he's not a sieve on defense, as I think most people are used to with scoring guard archetypes like himself. People are used to those type of players being like defensive liabilities, but he can kind of hold his own on the perimeter against most bench guards. So that's been pretty encouraging to see. It's totally a huge difference than what we saw from Campaign last year, like night and day. So yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people bringing up on the timeline, especially when Jordan Clarkson's having these really good games, that like people that some people apparently were saying that Campaign is better than Jordan Clarkson. I don't know who said these things, but I think they should be brought to the forefront and be held accountable for their claims, because I don't know who in their right mind thought that Campaign is better than Jordan Clarkson. But yeah,
that was wild. Now was I saying some choice words after that Miami game? Absolutely. Did I mean it? No. I can say that now. Everything I said about Yabu, though, I meant it. But yeah, I think the fact that he could like wall up against like smaller guards defensively has actually been really potent. I think I've actually been really enjoying seeing him do that. I never really saw him do that in Utah.
There's no reason to do it in Utah. They're going for AJ Devonta this year, apparently.
Rainbow Face.
Yes.
But I mean, like the way he's able to kind of like contain guards on the perimeter, I think the effort that he's given has been something that's really been refreshing. And ultimately speaking, like it's early in the season, but I'm pretty sure he's at his highest true shooting since his MVP. Not MVP, his sixth man of the year season. And that's really good to see. I think he's just taking advantage of the opportunities he's getting with the team. And ultimately, like when that shot goes in, man, it's electric. It really is.
Yeah, no, I tweet the Jordan Clark's. I tweet that J.R. Smith edit every time he goes off, because the way, not necessarily the way that he plays, but the way he brings offense to the team, especially when his three ball is dropping, it's like it's very J.R. Smith-esque, the energy that he brings.
Yeah, Lumpia J.R. Smith. The tattoos are similar. The kind of sauce is similar. I think J.R. Smith's more crazy uncle. I think Jordan Clarkson's more like cool cousin. But like, yeah, man, he just when he's on, man, it's a show. I'm gonna need that jersey. I already got the Brunson statement jersey. I might need to get a Jordan Clarkson City jersey. I think he's earned it with the sauce. But yeah, great performance from him, and I think he's been really settling into the role.
We've seen the rotation kind of shorten, and we mentioned this the last run down as well. But Yabusele is kind of out of the rotation now at this point as well. He gets minutes when, of course, Mitch is not playing. Like when Mitch is not playing at all. But when Mitch is playing, he's kind of like, I mean, in the Minnesota game, he got minutes while Mitch was actually playing. But we saw this game, he didn't really get minutes until it was really garbage time. Hit a three. I know he was kind of relieved to see that one go down, but that was one out of his 4 attempts that went down from 3. So, yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's good that the team has been able to be productive and the bench has been able to be productive without him actually finding his footing just yet. It's encouraging in this way that when he does actually start to get it going, that's just another piece that's added on to this already high-powered offense.
Yep.
And we saw what he was able to do in Philly when, he had it going. So, like, there's going to be a moment where it clicks for him, and the team is going to even go on another level, especially with the bench. So everyone just cross your fingers and hope that happens real soon for us. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Yabusele being able to get it going would be really big in terms of, like, kind of solidifying the 4 or 5 rotation. Having someone like Yabusele who can play alongside, like, OG, can play alongside Cat, can play alongside Mitch, and be able to space the floor and shoot would be really good in terms of, like, kind of reducing those minutes. But ultimately speaking, like, it would just be excess. Like, this team's already plenty deep. Like, you have a bench of Shamet, Hart, Clarkson, Deuce. Like, you're already potent. I mean, I think Huck 40 can give you some good minutes when he's given the opportunity to. I mean, he struggled a little bit starting the season, but I do think he's shown the ability to be a contributor. And if you could just add Yabusele to that, that's just even more to add. Again, first shot went in. The rest of them did not. He missed a couple free throws. Wasn't really able to kind of physically impose themselves against the Nets bench warmers, which worried me a little bit. But, I mean, it's also one game. I'm not going to take too much away from it. But, I mean, the shot's starting to go in a little bit, which is nice. And hopefully you can get a little bit more going on it.
Yeah. Speaking of players also getting comfortable, we've been seeing Macau become more of a vocal leader on this team. That's something that we didn't see much of last year. I mean, he was very vocal last year in terms of his distaste for the way Tom Thibodeau did things in the Thibs regime. But no, we're seeing him definitely be more vocal with this team. I mean, we saw him get on guys for not coming back defensively in some of the previous games. We're seeing him get guys into the huddles and stuff like that. So that has been something that you're seeing him, because I think he's been here a whole year now. He definitely feels more comfortable. He likes the system that Mike Brown has implemented. He likes his role on the team. So I think that is all fed into him being more of a vocal leader on the court. And sometimes you just need that on the court, because, like, I know Brunson's one of the voices in that locker room, but it doesn't hurt to have another voice as well.
Hey, every captain needs his lieutenant, okay? And Lieutenant Bridges has been filling the role nicely. He's been distributing. He's been getting involved in offense when necessary. He's been splashing them corner threes. He went 6 for 8 today from the field, 4 or 5 from 3.
His first 3 threes.
Yep. Has been an efficiency monster. This kind of feels very similar to the way that he played in Phoenix. I don't know if you remember how he played in Phoenix. Like, before Brooklyn and everything like that, this guy basically took, like, around 10 shots a game and was just hyper efficient with his touches. Like, his true shooting the first couple of years was, like, damn near 700. And if it's over 60, it's very good, very efficient. His true shooting after, like, his first season was 62%, 66%, 63%. Like, and right now he's at 66% and it's going to go up after tonight. He has been legitimately one of the most effective players in the league on, like, a rate basis, just because all of his touches have been so efficient. He never turns the ball over. He's getting all these assists. Even tonight, like, 5 assists, no turnovers, 16 points, 6-8 from the field, 4 or 5 from 3. That's insane. Like, he's the fact that he's able to kind of, like, mix what he did in Brooklyn and what he did in Phoenix, and he's not doing it on more shots, he's just doing it on better efficiency and ball movement, is so effective for this team. And the fact that he's unlocked that kind of playmaking element is really good. I think the big worry when you took Josh Hart in the starting lineup was like, okay, who can be that secondary playmaker? The fact that McHale can do that basically as well as Josh Hart can, but he could also space the floor and he could also defend in a way that Josh Hart can't, even though Josh Hart has been better defensively this season, which thank God, because he does not play 38 minutes every night. You could just kind of see like I think this is the play that the Knicks kind of envisioned. But like if McHale needs to go off for like 25, he can do that. If he needs to, take more of a backseat and only take 8 shots, he's showing that he can do that. He's a very versatile player. Obviously you kind of want him to take more threes, but I mean, if you're going to make 3 threes, if you take 5, like you'll take it. And obviously like he's not going to stay at like 50% from 3, but the fact that he's just like automatic from the corners and he's able to, keep the ball moving and create opportunities for players, it's just more and more he's just showing how much of a versatile piece it is and how much he really helps his team go.
Yeah, no, I mean it's been a complete shift in the player that he is compared to last year, and I think that's all been a benefit because of the Mike Brown system that he's implemented. And Macau, of course, like he was vocal last year, he's been vocal this year, but especially about how much he has enjoyed playing in the system. I mean, you're really seeing it translate into how efficient, like you've said, he's been this year. All right, let's get to some comments. We do have quite a few comments here. Chris Bernhardt says the Nets receiving their daily intake of belt to ass. Don't worry, guys. One of their 55 first they're going to use will surely develop into a Mikal Bridges type player. I've been keeping an eye on the Nets fans' tweets. They've been popping up on my For You page on Twitter. A lot of them have not been thrilled about how the Nets are utilizing their 5 first-round picks that they've already acquired. They already have and drafted this year, with a majority of them either receiving limited playing time or none at all and just being sent straight to the G League. So, I mean, we also heard there was a soundbite going around of Howard Beck and some other reporter from the NBA were talking about how when you talk to teams around the league, like no one's really interested in any of the Nets players. There's like not even like slight intrigue in any of their prospects, their young players that they have, because usually there is some type of relative interest in young players who have just entered the league. They're really young, they might have a lot of upside, but with the Nets there hasn't really been much of that buzz. And I mean, when you look at the names that they pick and compared to other guys that were drafted around their range that are probably already making an impact in the NBA already, it's like doesn't really look that good for what the Nets were able to come out of. And I mean, according to their drafting history, I don't really think that there's much for the Nets fans to really be excited for, even with all the first round picks that they've acquired from a team like us per se.
I think the thing about the first round picks is that the fact that they had 5 first round picks in the draft and there was nothing that they could do in order to like move up or like do anything else just kind of shows you like how useless those picks were.
And how useless their front office is.
Yeah, like there's just no cohesion to the moves that they made. You can collect all the assets you want to. You still need to like get good talent on the roster. I think the only pick that they made that I had like kind of interest in was like Drake Powell. I mean, I think Drake Powell had a good game tonight. He had 15 points and 8 shots. But otherwise, like, I don't care about any of their other guys. Like Traore, I think, is whack. I think Donham is a gimmick. I think Danny Wolf is old, and I'm not really interested in him. I'm forgetting the other guy that they drafted.
Ben Saraf.
Yeah, Ben Saraf. The Israeli bros. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now whose favorite team? My entire thing is just like, what are they doing? I don't know what they're doing, and
I don't think they know what they're doing.
They're just like getting like lottery tickets, and it's like that's great, but the lottery tickets eventually hit at some point, and they haven't, and they're just kind of waiting for somebody to pop. And I don't know if anybody's going to pop on that team, just given the fact that I don't think they have a conducive environment for popping. I just don't see anybody out of that where you're like, yeah, like this could be a guy, And they're just so young, and it's just like they're kind of just amassing talent, letting talent walk out the door, and then like other teams are like finding benefits out of them. Like someone like Trendon Watford played with the Nets like last year, and all of a sudden now he goes to the Sixers and like he's good. There's just been like a bunch of guys who have like been able to go to the Sixers and become valuable and reliable, just because they're not playing with the Nets anymore. So.
And I guess the Nets will just be this team that everyone benefits from around the league. So.
Yeah, I mean they're going to be a nice
farm
salary
system.
dump. They're going to be a salary dump and a farm system. That's what they're going to be, and that's okay.
Yeah, some teams are just meant to, be for the benefit of others. The Knicks were. I don't think some. I can't even say the Knicks were that.
We didn't even benefit anybody. We just stunk.
Yeah, we just stunk and just laid there, stinking everywhere. Jared R says, feel like the Knicks play 6v5 when Mitch plays and need him in the playoffs. Yes, and I think what the Knicks are doing right now with their system of load managing him per se and playing him in these short stints, he is being able to be very productive in these short stints, and it's been able to help us be dominant in these areas, and it also just keeps him fresh for when we are going to need him the most, which is April, May, June. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think there was a quote that Mitchell Robinson had on the postgame where he essentially says like the new system and the 3-minute bursts have been really effective at like, keeping it healthy, but also keeping you engaged with the game. It's like crazy how, if you don't play dudes like 7 minutes and then play them like 12 minutes and only give them a break of like 3 minutes, how like effective they can be. And it's like at some point it's just clicking in terms of like, hey, he could get to play like 3 40-minute stretches and he's been really effective in those stretches, and he's legitimately been one of the best per minute players in the NBA, so put him on the per minute basis. You know what? They'll say our coaching isn't as good, and they'll talk about the system, blah 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 blah. But you know what? Mitch Robinson got that defensive player of the game chain, and we waiting for the pick.
That's what that pick is gonna go crazy on what you call it. Twitter.
I might need to change the profile picture, man. I can't wait for that pick. Long overdue for 23 Savage.
We should have been doing defensive player of the game forever, man. Of course, Thibs has no soul, no energy. No. I'm
so happy we have gimmicks, bro. Like, thank God we have gimmicks, man. We were such a corporate ass team. I hated that shit. Like, bro, it's like this isn't baseball. We're not trying to please Middle America here. This is hoops.
Facts. In New York City of all places.
You try to do the corporate gimmick, like, bro, no. We're not the Yankees, bro. Like, even the Yankees start to get with the times. They let niggas have beards now.
Yeah, like, guys get their hair out and shit. It's like the times are changing, man.
Shout out to Devin Williams bullying the entire front office into making sure that beards look cool again. But anyway, like, come on, bro. We're New Yorkers. Like, let's have some fun. OGs already out here like trying to pose and shit. It looks horrible. Like, my man, like they already got gimmicks for Jalen Brunson, like hiding in the background in every photo. When he finally ends up winning defensive player of the game, I guarantee this is the funniest fucking pick that hits the timeline. But
he had a chance to get it, what you call it, in the Wizards game. Like he was on his shit.
I know he was on his shit, but they mad stingy, man. They gave it to Deuce. I was like, what the fuck did Deuce do that game? But anyway, he got it.
But here's a quote you were talking about here. Jordan Bub brings it up. He says the new system, how it is in 3-minute stretches. So just go out there and play hard. Mitch Robinson to build Pito on his dominant play in limited time. What else?
We get the hard half of the Tim's pick, bro. I can't wait. This is my chip. This is my chip.
Tay212 says it's gonna be a long season in Brooklyn. MPJ a parlay respecter though. Partially. Depends on what you put him down for.
If you
put him down for threes and maybe even rebounds a little bit, there's something there.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, he's going to get those shots up. So,
yeah. Let's see what else here. We have Bara El Hariri says Knicks 3-0 in the Shakira Law era. Yep, that's right.
yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the first pot since Mom Donnie got voted in. Yeah.
Yep.
Tell that Copenhagen to eat a bag of dick. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck Staten Island. Let's go. It's up. It's up. We play A-Rap money all winter, bro.
Chris Bernhard here. He brings up, I'm kind of shocked the offseason gods and title contender Orlando Magic, whose Achilles heel is shooting threes, still can't shoot threes. They'll start hitting them eventually, right? No, Desmond Bane. No, guys, Desmond Bane, guys, he was the savior that was promised for the Orlando Magic. He was going to solve every single one of their problems, including, who was going to initiate offense for them, as well as who was going to hit every single three-pointer for them, because, that's how great of a player Desmond Bane is. And I know Desmond Bane had his moments in Memphis where he was able to, get his shit off when Ja was out occasionally, but like, it's a whole different situation when like you're brought in to be like basically the prime initiator for a team at points in the game, and then also like hit threes and shit when you're playing with next to Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs and whatever the fuck is going on down there in Orlando. But I don't know what the hype was about. We do play them on Wednesday. I'm hoping we can beat the shit out of them, so a lot of this noise can really like die down, and we can show them that there's actual levels to this shit. So like, yeah.
I think the problem with the Magic is just like they won't address the real issue, which is that Italian terrorist on their team. And until they address that issue and have that come to Jesus moment, they are never going to succeed. When your two best players can't shoot, that's just a problem. And you can tell me, oh, well, Franz is shooting this year. And it's like, I don't care.
Not good enough.
Like, he was at 43% a couple of games ago, and now he's down to 37 and dropping. I guarantee you he's not going to be much of a shooter this season. Paolo Banchero, I mean, what else is there to say about his shooting? It's just been non-existent. He's shooting 25% from three, and he's basically like abandoned his three-point shot, and he's still settling for middies. He's getting to the line 10 times a game, but it's also like you can't rely on getting to the line 10 times a game in order to try to like break even in terms of efficiency. He's just not somebody who's effective, and when your two best players are that bad offensively, it's just not going to be something that's tenable. And Desmond Bane is not somebody who you could ask to have like on-ball juice for you at like an all-star caliber level. And while he can scale down, he's scaling down next to guys that can't scale up. So you're just in a situation where it's like, okay, great, we want Paolo Banchero to take all the shots for you. We're okay with that. They don't have any other shooters otherwise. There's nobody in this team where you're like, oh, wow, like we really need to watch out for them with the ball in their hands. Like Jalen Suggs, I don't care about. I'm glad he got a couple of threes in today, but if Jalen Suggs beats you with threes, have at it. And then the rest of the guys are just like not effective. Like Anthony Black is not an NBA player. I don't know why they keep trying to act like he is. Wendell Carter Jr. can't make threes and can't keep bad bitches who play in the WNBA. And like Tyus Jones is whack. Stop trying to sign him.
Oh my god. I remember when Knicks fans were like calling for us to like sign Tyus Jones. I'm like, guys, stop being fooled by the stupid assist to turnover ratio bullshit. He sucks. And you're seeing that he sucks in Orlando.
He's not even the best brother in his team. He's not even the best brother in his family. That's the sad part.
Yeah, his brother came in and stole his chain already.
Like, how you let your younger brother steal your chain? You know how ass you gotta be to let your younger brother steal your chain?
But you know what is going to be a real test to really see how much different this might be.
Oh, the pick drop! The pick drop! Let's go! Let's go! Oh,
see this shit.
Oh. This thing is so weird, bro.
But yeah, as I was saying, what will be the real test for this for us to really see the difference between this Mike Brown regime versus what Tibbs had in place. The Orlando Magic have been a team. I mean, last year we kind of handled them in that NBA Cup game. But other than that, the Magic have kind of been a team that have given the Knicks problems over the last couple of years. They've been a team that has kind of challenged us in ways. They've played us really physical in years past. So I'm really interested to see how this version of this Knicks team comes out against this Orlando team that is currently struggling. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just hoping it's a lot of belt. I think what happens is like when you belt all these teams, you be like, I expect belt now. You know, like I go into games and I'm like, hey man, I want foot and throat. I want what? I'm talking about foot.
You got it.
That wasn't even wild. I'm talking about like,
nah, you got it. You got it.
Fine. Put your foot under their neck, okay, and like take them out early. That was not where I was going, bro. I don't even got that joke.
I didn't even say it. I said you got it.
Listen, I'm a new man. I don't even make that joke no more, okay? But yeah, like, yeah, I just kind of want the Knicks to handle business, and I feel like they will.
They should. I mean, this Orlando Magic team is struggling. They lost to the Boston Celtics today, who not a good team. This Celtics team, I mean, they've gotten a couple good wins here and there, but like, not a good team. They're starting guys like Neemias Queta, Josh Minot, or Josh Minot, whatever his name is. Sorry. Like, it's just not a good team. Jordan Walsh played 26 minutes for them today. Jordan fucking Walsh.
Jordan Walsh, bro.
They're not. The Celtics are not a good team, and to lose to them, the way that the way that the Magic did today, I'm just like you said, I'm expecting the Knicks to really come out and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, like I think. I mean, what you look at the next schedule, like they should be favored in a ton of these games. I think even when they go to play at Orlando, they should be favored. Like this stretch the Knicks are going to be on, like this is the get fat stretch, man. Like you're probably not going to play a top 3 seeded playoff team until.
I mean, we do play Miami coming up Friday. Miami's been. We should beat them, but Miami's also been that team that they've been really annoying because like they're playing like this new offensive style of ball that's been really working for them, and
the communism ball.
Yeah, it's like kind of similar to how the Knicks are starting to get their footing in now, and it's a little bit. They've been a really high-powered offensive team. I mean, at least to start the year they were. I don't know how much they have been recently, but we play them on Friday for NBA Cup, and then we also play them on next Monday as well. So, yeah, those will be some interesting games because, of course, the Heat were the one team that the Knicks like. That was the one loss that really had like Knicks fans like are really about to lose their shit on the timeline.
Why'd you take 51 threes? Why'd you take 51 threes?
Yeah, so that is going to be a game. Those two are going to be two games that I think we're really going to have our eye on. Might even go live. I might be available to go live on that Friday following the Cup game, which will be on Amazon Prime. By the way, been loving what the NBA's been doing with Amazon Prime and NBC. ESPN, get the fuck out because you suck. They even added inside the NBA to an already terrible network. Like, what are we doing? Like, you're adding a halftime and pregame and postgame show that a lot of people have already gotten tired of to an ESPN, a network that everyone is tired of. It's like and then NBC and Amazon Prime, they're actually doing analysis and like breaking down the game and like uplifting players and like not like going too crazy on them like us fans are supposed to be doing. Like they're actually like doing all the right things. So
yeah, I've been really enjoying the NBC coverage. I've been enjoying the Amazon Prime coverage. I think the fact that Amazon Prime works with league packs now has been incredible. I don't have to use the fucking League Pass app. And as an out-of-market consumer, that's been really good for me. Yeah, I am been very happy with the new kind of networks that have been integrated into NBA coverage. Again, it's good to see NBC just back with NBA, hear the jingle, I think Amazon Prime is really starting to kind of like differentiate themselves. I think that panel of like UD, Nash, Blake has been really solid. And I think like the fact that they're able to like kind of run through sets and they're able to kind of have those conversations as well has been really good for in terms of coverage. NBC showing the introductions for every game, that's fire. Really,
it's like the little minute details like that. Like they just make the presentation feel that much more important.
The only thing that I don't like with NBC is that AI voice in the beginning where they basically introduce the games. That's type weird, but like
weird as shit.
Otherwise, everything else has been solid. I just need Melo put on a suit. Like, come on, gang. Like, we need a suit, bro. Like,
Melo's got too much aura. He doesn't need the suit.
Man, Melo's out there dressed like a fucking Russian mobster. Like, why the hell you got on a quarter zip, add a dress shirt underneath the same shit? You look mad weird, son. But you know what? That's Melo. I can't even hate.
Exactly.
I think the day while Melo wears a suit, he might like convert to Islam or some shit. I don't know.
All right, let's see what other comments we have here. Chris Bernhardt, he says, who's excited for a team of Ja, Levine, DeRozan, Sabonis, Russ this year? I need the Kings to make that trade today. That sounds absolutely gross.
No, I don't even know who the hell wants Ja at this point. It really actually might be Sacramento.
I saw a report the other day about Minnesota keeping their eye on him, which is
that'd be so stupid. Like, why? What is Ja gonna do with Ant?
NBA teams are stupid. We've seen this already. Like, we've seen this league. This is a league where Nico Harrison traded Luka Doncic in an alleged conspiracy where the Mavericks are allegedly trying to move to Vegas. So
all these niggas want to move to Vegas. The Pelicans want to move to Vegas. The Mavs want to move to Vegas. Like, y'all are not going to be the Vegas teams. Like, Vegas can get their own franchise.
Pelicans might be the Vegas team.
I mean,
Joe Dumars being sent from the league office as an inside job. That makes a lot of sense to me.
I mean, I wouldn't complain. Like, get Gail Benson the fuck up out of here. Who Kicks Under is dead as fuck. Nobody want to be there, bro.
Yeah. Jordan Bubb says the Knicks offense in their last 4 games, 137 points, 134, 128, 119. Yeah, I mean, it's just continuing to climb. Hopefully next game we can get to 140. Then let's get to 150, maybe 160 one of these games. Like, let's just keep going. Let's get that offensive rating number like sky high.
I'm trying to see some record breaking offense, man.
Yep. I'm trying to see number one offense of all time type stats. Like, didn't the Kings have like the number one offense of all time a couple years ago under Mike Brown? I'm trying to see that type of shit. Like, let me see Knicks at the number 1 spot in all of history as the number 1 team. Like, I want to see that.
We're number 2 right now. We're 0.1 points behind fucking Houston from the number 1 offense in the league. That's so nasty.
How does Houston have the number 1 offense in the league?
That's what I want to know.
I've watched a couple of their games. Their offense looks disgusting.
Offensive rebounding. That's what it is.
Their offense looks so fucking disgusting. Like, you got Kevin Durant handling the ball in the half court and like turning the ball over, especially in that Spurs game the other day on Friday. It was like, I don't know.
All I'm saying is right now the Knicks are a top 2 offense and a top 10 defense, and they're
top 5 net.
Top 4. They're number 4 right now.
Oh yeah, I think I saw Jordan Bubb brought this up. They're like number 4 behind the Rockets, Nuggets, and Thunder.
Yeah, they're the best in the East. And I mean, I think right now these are kind of the 4 teams that kind of stood out as championship contenders. Yeah, they are incredibly effective with their touches. The defense has been working. Mitchell Robinson being able to kind of like hold the defense down with OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges on the wings, just being able to give you whatever he can give you. Guys being able to play their role has been really helpful. The offense is just incredible. I think the Knicks are going to have the number one offense by the end of the year, and I don't think it'll be particularly close either.
Yeah. Mitch Robinson is the first player in NBA history to record the following in a single game: play 18 minutes or less, record a plus minus of 40 or better.
Demon. Absolute demon.
Hayase says this was a good simulation for running the offense, kind of a scrimmage type deal. LOL.
Yeah, legitimately, yeah. Like I think they were running just a lot more like motion offense and sets more than like actually like getting into their offense. I think they've been using these games to get the kind of principles down, and it's been really good.
And I mean, you can see like in the second quarter, they kind of really didn't like give a fuck much defensively, but like they kind of turned it up in that third quarter and really shut shit down. So yeah.
Yep.
Let's see what else here. Kevin Pierre asks us for our thoughts on Walker Kessler getting hurt and age turning players' trade value into Amari's bathtub wine. Wow. It's interesting reference there.
I think the Jazz I think Danny Ainge legitimately is like ruined the Jazz.
He's seen
like none of the moves that have made sense aside from asset accumulation, but it's like it's year 4 underneath Danny Ainge, and this team stinks, and they don't have anything where you're like, yeah, that could be a piece. I don't think anybody cares about Ace Bailey. I don't think anybody is like, oh, we need.
No one's checking for him right now.
Yeah, like it just. Lauri Markkanen had trade value at one point, and they just decided to completely nuke it. Which I don't know how you do that, but they did it. Like none of their young players are good. Their big money guy is not really somebody worth being a trade asset. Their best kind of like guy needs to get paid. I mean, I guess he'll get paid a little bit less, but I would not be going into this season thinking, okay, let's go pay Lauri Markkanen, not Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler less. I just don't understand what the Jets are doing. I don't think there's really any rhyme or reason to what they're doing. And ultimately, like, that's just, I really don't see what the plan is aside from just like AJ save us. I think that's their plan.
Yeah, that seems to be their plan. Don't know how much the NBA is really gonna rig it towards their way. It feels like AJ and a lot of the top talent in this year's draft might come to the East because it feels like the West has been getting a lot of the top talent the last couple of drafts. So I think they kind of want to balance things out, get some more stars in the East, especially with the whole weak East narratives that are going on, especially. So
it'll be Indiana. Indiana's gonna win the fucking lottery. I just had that feeling.
It's either gonna be them or Boston. Like it's so fucking obvious.
Yep.
Jordan Bubbs brings up, Jalen Brunson talks about the Knicks' improvements in the third quarters. Our approach and everything we do is always going to stay the same. Getting better to our attention and detail is what it was the key factor in us being better in the third quarter. It's definitely better than last year's third quarters. I'll say that much.
Yep, I'll take that. We're actually winning third quarters now.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Chris Bernhardt says, first thing Zoran got to do is increase teacher pay so I can no longer use a Skype camera from 2009. All right, this is not a Skype camera from 2009. This is a Logitech camera from like the last couple years. Like this is like pretty good. Like
we have the same camera, which is hilarious.
Yeah, like this is a pretty good camera. This is not.
So I'm like, I don't know how yours is messing up, but mine is like chill. Like
there are other things
bro.
I would like for my increased pay to go towards. My camera is not one of them that I need to focus on.
The parlays are.
Parlays, no, not the parlays. If I get a pay increase, parlays will probably be a decrease. But
we throw in $10 in the parlays instead of $5. We putting that Zoran money to good use.
Jordan Bob asks us for our thoughts on our next opponent in Memphis. That's on Tuesday, and about Ja Morant. Can or should Memphis be looking to trade him? Yes. I feel like the window that they had the best opportunity to trade him in has already passed. What is his trade value now? Extremely low. And who would want him or need him? I don't think there's any team that needs him right now.
Want him? I think like Miami would want him.
Possibly. And they're probably the best situation to rehabilitate like a John Morant type. I mean, just based on what we've seen them do in the past.
Like, I think you're looking at like Miami, Sacramento, and for whatever reason, Minnesota. I don't know why Minnesota. Like, I get they need a point guard, but like Anthony Edwards is going to be your number one player. John Morant is not somebody who can like do things off the ball for you. So I don't understand why Minnesota would be interested. I think I would just look towards Miami. I think there's a way. I think like the thing with Miami is like they have the coach that he hated, so I'd even see like the fit being there. I really did think like
the assistant.
Like LaRoche, like that's the guy who he basically like hated the offense that he created, and I wouldn't be surprised if what you see is like a team like Sacramento just trades for John Morant. Like it's gonna be a nasty trade. I think whatever happens, it'll be a nasty trade.
Yeah, and I feel like as they continue to lose games and as he continues to struggle or maybe even quit, as some people have been speculating, it's going to get closer and closer to that. What else here we got in here? Mike Brown talks about the Knicks needing time to grow together and the importance of consistency. We had lost 3 in a row, and a lot of people thought the sky was falling. Yes, a lot of people did, but not sane people. Not sane people. Sane people did not think the sky was falling. He also says, but we hadn't been together long.
Talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit, Mike.
I mean, yeah, this team altogether has been together long, but they haven't been together long with Mike Brown under this new system. And I feel like a lot of people just didn't put that together in their heads. Like, oh, this team has continuity. A lot of the team from last year is back. But, like, there's also 2 new bench pieces that they were trying to implement in terms of Jordan Clarkson, Yabu Saleh, and a whole new offensive system that they had not played together with at all. So there's been some learning time. The team is still learning. I mean, it looks good now, but as they continue to learn, it will get better.
Yeah.
He also says on his own progress, shout out to Jordan Bub for all these quotes here. He says, I'll be the first to admit I didn't know when to put Josh in, take him out. I didn't know when to put Mitch in, take him out. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. I was still figuring out our rotations. I thought I was bad, and we were bad as a team in Miami. And yeah, I mean, like a lot of people said, yes, refreshing accountability, that's one. And like a lot of people have been saying, and a lot of people like us were saying, is that he is experimenting and he is trying things out, and he is for himself learning how to utilize these pieces on the team. And like everything was not going to be like, we're not going to be like blowing teams out by like 30 from game 1, you know, although, you know, that Boston game got pretty close to that at a certain point. But yeah, this team needs some time to grow together. Mike Brown needed time to learn this team and how these players, when to put guys, what rotations, what lineups to put together on the court and stuff like that. It seems like he's finally got to what he feels is working best. And, you know, it took him some time. A lot of people are, you know, not patient enough or just sane enough to realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people just needed to have a little bit of patience with Mike Brown and kind of trust the process. And ultimately, the process has been very strong. And when you get a team like this on a heater, like this is what you kind of just like the high end where it's like, yeah, like this is what the Knicks are capable of doing just because they're that potent up in offense. And I think you're seeing it in real time. Now the Knicks are third in the conference, staring down the number 1 seed, which I think is very much in play for them. But yeah, I think very early you're going to see kind of start like the divide start to happen in the East, and I think the Knicks are going to be at the top of this conference soon enough.
Yeah. I see a comment about my injury. I have a sprained wrist, and
that's crazy, bro.
I have a bruise on this part of my hand here. Like I have a pain patch under here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You was punching tables, bro?
No. I am not that type of person.
I told you motherfuckers colored the lines.
I am not that type of teacher, man.
Don't pee in your fucking pants.
Dog.
Oh.
But yes, that is what's going on with my hand. So the doctor told me I have to wear this brace for about another week or so. I've been wearing it for like a week, so we'll see if my pain decreases or not. If not, then we'll see what happens then. But yeah. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today's live stream. Shout out to everyone that's been in here. I think we'll go live after the Miami game on Friday. That's a cup game. There's no game on Sunday next week, so there's no opportunity for that. So if you are watching, we'll probably make an announcement sometime, especially in the Discord.
Yeah.
When we'll do the show, but it's looking like we're aiming for that Friday date. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Check out all the links in the description. And shout out to FanDuel for sponsoring us once again. Everyone enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.